Everyone, welcome back to Crypto Brain. Today we're analyzing Toshi, with particular focus on the developing narrative surrounding its partnership alignment with Tether, USDT, and the broader bullish projection being discussed, including the possibility of extreme upside scenarios. As always, we will approach this from a structured professional market standpoint. Beginning with the core overview, Toshi maintains its identity within the meme-driven digital asset segment. However, what materially shifts the valuation discussion here is the association with Tether infrastructure. Tether, as the dominant stablecoin issuer in global crypto markets, represents liquidity gravity. USDT is not merely another token, it is the primary settlement layer across exchanges. If Toshi is integrating, aligning, or securing trading pair depth through USDT channels, this is strategically important. Liquidity pairing with USDT significantly enhances accessibility. It reduces friction for traders globally and integrates the asset directly into the most liquid capital pathway in crypto. From a structural standpoint, liquidity access is the foundation of price expansion. Narrative attracts attention. Liquidity enables movement. As we move through the visible metrics and price structure, volatility remains evident, as expected for a high beta meme-aligned instrument. However, bullish consolidation following impulsive moves suggests absorption rather than exhaustion. That is a constructive technical behavior. Now addressing the highly bullish projection being discussed, including the concept of a potential 1000x expansion. It is essential to contextualize this properly. A 1000x move is not a routine outcome. It represents exponential market capitalization growth. For such a scenario to materialize, three structural pillars must align. First, early-stage valuation positioning relative to total addressable market. Extreme multiples are mathematically more feasible from smaller bases. Second, sustained liquidity acceleration. Integration with USDT trading pathways dramatically improves the probability of sustained inflows provided participation remains active. Third, macro cycle alignment. Historically, the most aggressive multiples in crypto have occurred during broad market expansion phases when speculative capital rotates aggressively into high-visibility assets. The Tether alignment strengthens the second pillar significantly. Access to USDT depth removes a major barrier to scale. It allows global traders to enter and exit efficiently. This enhances velocity, and velocity is essential for momentum cycles. However, infrastructure alone does not create 1000x returns. Execution, community strength, exchange breadth, and broader sentiment must compound simultaneously. Looking again at structural positioning, Toshi benefits from meme sector virality potential. When combined with enhanced liquidity channels, the conditions for aggressive repricing improve. The market often rewards assets that transition from isolated meme identity into liquidity-integrated ecosystems. The bullish thesis therefore rests on this transition, from community-driven meme asset to liquidity-integrated, exchange-accessible, speculative instrument. If that transition completes successfully, the upside asymmetry becomes more credible. It is also important to understand compounding psychology. When assets gain stablecoin liquidity depth and strong narrative momentum simultaneously, reflexive cycles can develop. Price appreciation attracts attention. Attention attracts capital. Capital drives further appreciation. These reflexive loops are what historically produce extreme multiples. Risk calibration remains critical. Toshi remains a speculative high-volatility asset. Exposure must be structured relative to risk tolerance. Professional positioning never assumes certainty, it positions for probability. From a forward-looking standpoint, if USDT integration continues expanding, if liquidity depth increases, and if broader crypto sentiment remains constructive, then Toshi may enter a phase where repricing accelerates meaningfully. The 1000x thesis should therefore be understood not as a promise, but as a conditional macrocycle scenario requiring aligned liquidity, sentiment, and structural development. To summarize the analytical view, Tether alignment materially strengthens liquidity foundations. Enhanced USDT pairing improves global accessibility. Volatility structure remains constructive within a bullish framework. Extreme upside is conditional, but not structurally impossible in expansion cycles. Toshi now sits at a junction where narrative energy meets liquidity infrastructure. If execution continues and macro conditions remain favorable, substantial upside phases become increasingly plausible. This has been a disciplined bullish breakdown delivered through structured market reasoning. If you value composed, professional crypto analysis without unnecessary exaggeration, ensure you are subscribed to Crypto Brain. Until next time, remain analytical, remain disciplined, and respect both opportunity and risk.